Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for June 12. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller says it's time to focus national attention on our responsibility to nurture our children and protect them from the abuse of child labor and all forms of violations of their fundamental rights. Her message comes as Jamaica joins the global community in observing World Day Against Child Labor under the theme Human Rights and Social Justice. Let's end child labor. The Prime Minister says we must take a concerted stand against the unacceptable abuse of the rights of our children and any barrier to their proper development. In that regard, Mrs. Simpson Miller says her administration will be increasing public education to parents and employers. Science, Technology, Energy and Mining Minister Philip Paulwell is reiterating that government will be moving to change the way energy is distributed in Jamaica. Speaking on JIS's Issues and Answers discussion program, Minister Paulwell stressed that the new direction would increase competition in electricity distribution.
We are quite aware that those are delicate negotiations that will have to be pursued, but we believe that we have a win-win scenario, recognizing the government has a vested interest in the JPSCO as well.
The ministry, he says, has recognized that numerous interests are looking for opportunities outside of JPS. He adds that dialogue has begun and should escalate when the opportunities arise to meet with shareholders of the Jamaica Public Service Company. In the meantime, the Energy Minister is encouraging energy consumers to make use of opportunities to set up renewable energy systems. He says the recent removal of import duties and GCT on solar energy systems has significantly improved the chances for Jamaican residents to do so.
Coupled with that, we have the facility for net billing, which will allow you now to, having generated enough for your home during the daytime, you can now sell your excess capacity up to 100 kilowatt hours to the grid. And so that will enable you to earn and to generate additional revenues.
He says government is also promoting energy generation from the wind, as there is scope for expansion in this area. Industry, Investment and Commerce Minister Anthony Hilton says it's critical that Jamaica establishes an appropriate regulatory infrastructure to control the use of radioactive sources. Minister Hilton says the ongoing revolution in science and technology has led to a proliferation of technologies with radioactive sources. He's urging the nation and region to come to grips with the economic implications along with the potential impact on society.
In Jamaica, there are several industries that require radiation sources to support their production processes. Bringing our regulatory environment for radioactive sources in line with global standards is therefore both a necessity and an imperative for our countries.
The minister was speaking at the opening of a 5-day regional workshop to examine the need for improving the regulatory infrastructures for radiation safety and the security of radioactive sources. It's being facilitated by the Planning Institute of Jamaica in association with the International Atomic Energy Agency, the Pan American Health Organization and World Health Organization. Education Minister Reverend Ronald Thwaite says it makes sense to focus more energy on expanding schools that are already successful and have land to spare, rather than building new schools to satisfy the need for more spaces. He was responding to the suggestion while on a tour of schools in Clarendon and Manchester recently.
You don't want schools that are so huge that effective education is compromised. But if we can expand, keep the quality, it certainly is far less expensive and far more appropriate than to build from scratch. So that will be a good prospect for the future.
The Education Minister was speaking to JIS News after a recent meeting with the students and faculties at the Knox College, Spaldings High School, Fogo Road High School and Knox Community College. He said the programs highlighted at these institutions are proof that good things are happening in education, adding that the ministry is committed to assisting this in every possible way. And finally, 5 Jamaican students will be heading to Cuba in September to pursue medical degrees, having been awarded full scholarships under the Cuba-Jamaica bilateral program. At a recent function to award the scholarships, Cuban ambassador to Jamaica, His Excellency Yuri Gala Lopez, said it was another example of the ever-strengthening cooperative ties between the two countries. He pointed out that Cuba's scholarship program had graduated close to 600 Jamaicans so far. For his part, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce Anthony Hilton praised the Cuban government for their continued support and investment in the development of Jamaica's health professionals. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.